Have you ever scrolled through a list of products on Amazon, a feed of photos on Instagram, or a playlist on Spotify and wondered how do they handle all that data? How does a single page manage a list of hundreds or even thousands of items? The core technology behind this is a fundamental and powerful tool in JavaScript that we are going to master today, the array. Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the most useful tools in JavaScript, the array. Imagine you're making a shopping list for the grocery store. Without arrays, you might store each item in its own separate variable, like this. See, I write const item 1 equals to single quote milk, semicolon. Next, const item 2 equals to single quote bread, semicolon. Next, const item 3 equals to single quote eggs, semicolon. And const item 4 equals to single quote apples, semicolon. You can already see the problem, right? This approach is clumsy and doesn't scale. What if you have 10 items or 50? You will need to create 50 different variables. This is not only a lot of work, but it's also incredibly disorganized. This is where arrays come to the rescue. An array is a fundamental data structure in programming. Think of it as a special container designed to hold a list of items. What makes it so powerful is that it's an ordered collection. This means every item you put into it has a specific numbered position. That position, which we call an index, allows us to access any item directly. The most common and modern way to create an array is by using square brackets. Okay? So I write const shopping list equals to, now here I put square brackets. So inside it I write my items. So single quote milk. Next, comma, and another item, bread. Next, comma, eggs, and comma, apples. Semicolon. Now let's break down this line of code piece by piece to understand exactly how the shopping list array is created. The square brackets is the most important part for creating the array. They are also known as array literal. When JavaScript sees an opening square bracket, it understands that you are creating a new array. Everything you place inside these brackets will become the content of that array. Inside the brackets will list the initial elements or items. In this case, we have 4 elements: milk, bread, eggs, and apples. The single quotes around each word indicate that each element is a string data type, a piece of text, okay? And each element is separated by a comma. The comma tells JavaScript where one element ends and the next one begins. Now that we've created our first array, let's immediately log it to the console to see what we've made. So I write console.log shopping list semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, it shows our items are all neatly organized in one place in a defined order. And there is another syntax for creating the array. It looks like this. So I write const car brands equals to new space array with uppercase A. And inside the parentheses, I write single quote Ford, comma, single quote Toyota, and Honda, semicolon. And if I log it into the console.log car brands, semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, this does the same thing. But the square bracket notation is the standard in modern JavaScript. It's simpler, requires less typing, and avoids some potential pitfalls of the new array constructor. For these reasons, we'll stick to using square brackets in our lessons. Okay, so our shopping list array is ready. How do we get items out of it? We do this using an items index. Here's the important concept to remember. In JavaScript, arrays are zero-based. This means the countdown starts from 0, not 1. Look at here. The first item is at index 0. The second item is at index 1. And the third item is at index 2, and so on. So with this knowledge, let's get the first item, milk. To do this, we'll ask for the item at index 0. So I write console.log shopping list. And now here, for accessing an element inside an array, you have to use square brackets again. And inside it, you have to put your index. So I put here 0, semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, the console displays milk. Perfect. Now how we get the third item, eggs. Remember our zero-based counting. The first item is at index 0. The second at 1. So the third must be at index 2, right? Let's try it. I write console.log shopping list. Again, square brackets. And here I put 2, semicolon. Yeah, it shows eggs. You're getting the hang of it, right? So to quickly recap, we use square brackets both to create an array and to access its items. Don't get them confused. When we want to access an item, we write the array's name followed by square brackets. And inside it, we put the corresponding index. This way, the desired item is selected and returned to us. Okay? Great, what if we want to know how many items are in our cart? We can use the .length property. Let's log this to the console and see the result. I write console.log shopping list .length semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, it shows 4. The console outputs the number 4. Notice that .length gives you the actual count of items, not the last index. An array has 4 items, but its last index is 3. This leads to a cool trick for getting the last item in an array. No matter its size, you can combine .length with an index. Since the length is always 1 more than the final index, the last item is always at length minus 1. Let's test this logic. So I write console.log shopping list and square brackets again. Here I need to put an index and I want the last index and I don't know what last index is. So what should I do? I write shopping list.length minus 1 semicolon. The length is 4 and the last index is 4 minus 1, which is 3. Okay, so if I run it, yeah, it correctly outputs apples. This is an extremely useful pattern. Now, we can also change an item on our list. Let's say we want whole wheat bread instead of bread. Bread is the second item in our list, so its index is 1. We can target that index directly and assign a new value to it. So I write shopping list square brackets 1 equals to single quote whole wheat bread semicolon. Log shopping list to the console.log shopping list semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, the console now shows the updated array. It shows milk and here whole wheat bread, not bread. So it worked. So by targeting an item inside the array and assigning a new value to it, you can replace that item with a new one. This is how our array is modified. Alright, now that we understand what arrays are and how to use their indexes, let's learn how to perform some common operations on them using built-in methods. So let me comment these things out and write this comment. Okay, let's use our shopping list again. Okay, so I write const shopping list square brackets and my items milk, bread, eggs, apples, semicolon. How do we add an item to the end of our list? We use the dot push method. Let's add yogurt and then log the list to the console to see the result. So I write shopping list dot push set of parentheses, and inside it I put my item. Here I put my item that I want to add to the end of our list. So single quote yogurt semicolon and console.log shopping list semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, there it is. The console shows our updated list. See, the yogurt at the end of our list. To add an item to the beginning of the list, we use .unshift method. Let's add orange juice and check the console again. So shopping list .unshift single quote orange juice semicolon console.log shopping list semicolon. And if I run it, our console shows orange juice right at the start, at index 0. Okay? Now let's remove items. To remove the last item, we use .pop method. Let's pop the last item and see what our list looks like. So I write shopping list .pop and set of parentheses semicolon. Inside the parentheses, you don't need to put anything. It just pops the item. Okay? And console.log shopping list semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, our console confirms the list is now shorter. There's no yogurt anymore. To remove the first item, we use .shift method. So I write shopping list .shift and set of parentheses semicolon. And again, you don't need to put anything inside those parentheses. Console.log shopping list semicolon. And if I run it, our console shows the final result. There's no more orange juice at the beginning. Okay, now two more very useful methods. What if you want to find the position or index of an item? The .indexOf method does exactly that. Let's find the index of eggs. So I write console.log shopping list .indexOf and set of parentheses, and inside it I write single quote eggs and semicolon. Notice that you have to write of in the camel case style. O should be uppercase here. And if I run it, okay, it shows number 2. Why? Because after our changes, milk is at index 0, bread is at index 1, and eggs is at index 2. If the item isn't on the list, that index of will return -1. So let's test it. I write console.log shopping list index of set of parentheses, and inside it I write banana. semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, we get -1 because there is no banana inside our array. Now, an even more modern and often more useful method is .includes. It doesn't care about the index. It just gives a simple yes or no answer. It returns true if the item is in the array and false if it's not. So let's write it. Console.log shopping list that includes. And inside the parentheses, I write bread. Semicolon. And console.log shopping list that includes cheese. Semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, first one is true and the second is false because bread is inside our array, but there is no cheese. This method that includes is incredibly useful for writing conditional logic. Let's write a final check. So I write if shopping list that includes milk, next console.log single quote great semicolon, and else console.log single quote oops semicolon. And if I run it, yeah, it prints great because milk is inside our array. There is a milk item inside that array. And that's a wrap on our introduction to JavaScript arrays. We've learned that they are ordered data structures, how to create them, how to access and change item using their zero-base index, and how to use essential methods to manage them. If you found this detailed lesson helpful, please show your support, subscribe, and drop a comment. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next one.